Good morning, everyone. It's 9 a.m. I'd like to welcome everybody to the work session of May 3rd, 2021 of the Limestone County Commission. Ellen, do we have any public comment?
Yes, we do. Jill Menifee.
Miss Menifee, if you don't mind, step right up here to the microphone, please.
Oh, no. Good morning.
Good morning, Miss Menifee.
This is concerning the development at the corner of East Limestone Road and Barksdale Road in East Limestone. I guess the number one question I have is, what is the long-range plan for development in East Limestone? We, having been a property owner, well, I'm still a property owner there. There's a lot of development starting up, and it's going to require a lot of improvements for the infrastructure. So I think it's imperative that you have a long-range plan. And then number two, concerning that specifically the development, I wanted to know if the county engineers have done any soil samples, and if so, is there any gray clay in any of those soil samples? That's all I have for right now.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Miss Menifee. Do we have any more?
Yes, Charles Woodruff.
Come on, step up here if you don't mind, Judge. I didn't see you slide back in.
That's all right. I came around. Thank y'all, Ellen. I just want to make y'all aware, in the elections division of our office, we had started the process to replace the AutoMark, which is a marking machine for visually hearing impaired voters that's required by federal law. The AutoMarks that we have in Limestone County, there's one in every precinct and in absentee in accordance with federal law. We've had for about since '06. Their life expectancy is 12 to 15 years. They can't refine parts for them, so we were in the process of working to replace them, which we can use Help America Vote Act HAVA funds for a portion of it, and we were going to request in our election budget this coming cycle to bear the difference in that to the tune of about $96,000 total. We had about 30 in HAVA funds, 29 and change, I think. But there was a development last week that I just want y'all to be aware of, that the Secretary of State's office, as the Chief Elections Officer for the state, has coordinated with ES&S, which is the company that has this, and it's the only replacement machine. It's called an express vote. It's a different style machine. I'm telling y'all a whole lot more than you want to know as usual, but it's a totally different style machine than the one that you actually feed the ballot into. It's electronic. It still prints the ballot, marks the ballot, and the ballot is still cast as always. But long story short, the Secretary of State has negotiated a reduced price for all counties, and the Secretary of State is going to make up the difference for anything HAVA doesn't approve, or for counties that don't have HAVA, so that there will be no expense to the counties. They've negotiated the price down to about $70,000, of which they are going to foot about 40, and we're going to use our 29 and change to make up the difference. What will happen, Ellen, like in other HAVA stuff, and for Ramona, who went where you were, Ramona, I can't keep everybody straight. What will happen is when the bill comes, HAVA money will be used, and the Secretary of State will cut a check to us, and then the county will pay for it all. But there will be nothing out of the election budget to replace these machines, so it's good news.
So that's the best news we've heard.
It's the best news you heard as it relates to election stuff in terms of cost. I just wanted y'all to be aware of it because the process had started for that to be reviewed and contracts and all, and now I think it's changed due to the fact there will not be any expense to the county for the securing of the devices. There will be ongoing costs that we will include in our maintenance fees. That's also been reduced from about $200 a unit annually to about $160 60. So but that will be part of the budget. But we have ongoing costs with the auto marks anyway. It's just changing it from one machine to another. That's all I had, unless y'all had any questions on it.
All right,
Thank
you, Judge.
y'all.
Thank you, Judge.
Ellen, do we have any more questions, please? We do not. All right, thank you. Moving on, first thing on here on the resolutions and order will be to approve a resolution to prohibit through truck traffic on Bradford Road and the north section of on the north section of Neby Road, from Neby Road to Gray Road, to Highway 72, and provide placement of both no-through trucks and local deliveries only signs at the locations. This resolution was requested by Commissioner District 2 Danny Barksdale. Any discussion with this?
I have something to say.
Go ahead, sir.
Mr. Chairman. Thank you. Heavy gross weight trucks are a necessary and important part of our economy and transportation system. However, they should be managed in a way that limits their negative effects on our roads and citizens. Across the United States, counties, cities, and towns use designated truck routes and no-truck roads as a management tool to control and direct trucks to the most appropriate roads suitable for their weight. The citizens of Limestone County have somewhere around $500,000 invested in the 1 mile of West Newby to make it suitable for heavy trucks. West Newby has the road base, width, and turn lanes to make it more appropriate for trucks. For this reason, I'm asking my fellow commissioners to make North Newby and Bradford roads no truck roads.
Any discussion? Anybody else? All right.
I don't know. Mark, are there bridges on it or anything to keep it?
There are no bridges. There is a culvert, I think, around on Bradford Road. I can't remember if that's an on-system structure or not, which on-system would be whether it's reported to FHWA. So I can't remember, but I know there's nothing on Newby.
Okay. So that's all I guess I have, Mr. Chairman.
All right. Anybody else have any more discussion? All right, with no more discussions, we'll be moving on to contracts, agreements, and grants. Be the first one on here to approve a consultation service agreement between Martin and Kobe and Construction Company and the Limestone County Commission. And I'll brief y'all on this. I had reached out to Martin and Kobe, through the pandemic and all. We've had the trailer out here and all. And I know Jason was here and Darryl was here when we done this last time with the room downstairs. Martin and Kobe had built this building. The reason I reached out to them, and Joseph had requested he would like to put some walk-up windows out at the, where instead of having, we'd have like a walk-up window to keep people from having to come in the building and stuff and building on it. And being and I just reached out to them, and they have got an agreement similar to this same agreement with other counties. They have it with 2 or 3 other counties, and I got Mark to look over it. This has been ongoing for a few weeks, and that way it can be canceled any time. It's just for the service, which is a professional service agreement is basically what it is. And if we need to have them look at this or whatever, we can just say, hey, we can pay them so much an hour to look at it, and then we can choose which contractor we want to use or whatnot. It's just to have somebody on call to look at it, because I know through the CARES Act money and stuff, we're going to be looking at way we can be more prepared for the future if we ever have a pandemic again. So I just want to enlighten y'all on what this was, and any questions with it. No. But I just thought it was good to have somebody, we could just pick up a phone and say, hey, we're going to, because anytime you do structural work to a building, you want to know what you're doing when you do it. So that's all that's about. Anybody have any questions, any discussion? All right. No more discussion with that. The second thing on here will be to approve an agreement with Goodwin Mills and Kaywood to analyze the existing future requirements needed to adequately handle traffic at the multiple existing intersections, as well as one roadway located in the East Limestone District area. So this is all mostly in District 2. Does anybody have any I know this is a lot of what Ms. Menifee was talking about,
I can kind of fill you in.
Mark might want to fill us in.
In we've been looking at, and we have the same concerns that Ms. Menifee brought up about the development and the growth that we're seeing out in the East Limestone area. And so trying to come up, first step would be to come up with a plan. What are our needs? What do we need to do? So that would be what Goodwin Mills and Kaywood would assist us with, is just analyzing our intersections and roadway so that we can at least have a list of projects and be able to prioritize those projects, so that and kind of some triggers. So when we get to certain traffic numbers, what is going to be needed at those intersections and the roadways. So this would just be kind of that first step in trying to put together a plan and have a good idea. Because if people want to get to 72, they want to get to a 4-lane or 5-lane road to be able to get to work and get where they need to go. And if you're sitting at a 4-way stop for 25 or 30 minutes just to be able to get to that road, then that inconveniences everybody in the area. So we're just trying to come up with a plan and see where our trouble spots are, where we should prioritize and what we should do. Plus, it gives us a document that we can utilize in case we have any grant opportunities or things like that come up. We can actually present a plan that makes sense given our traffic patterns.
One question I do have about it, I meant to ask it earlier when we was talking about it the other day. Can it be used in any other commissioner use this same agreement, or we have to get a different agreement?
This agreement is listed based on specific
projects.
Okay. So there may be a provision, I don't remember reading it, to where we could add on. But like I said, it would be, they would already be in the area doing the work. So they did mention that the more projects that they review, the cheaper per project it would be. So if there are some concerns, I just know talking with Danny and then I had several concerned areas, and they're in District 2. So that's why we thought we would go ahead and start looking at that and see how this process goes and come up with a plan, and then we can see what would be involved. Because I know, Jason, you're seeing a lot of growth, and there's the possibility we'll need to do something similar to this in the coming years for District 3. So, and Daryl, you're beginning to see more and more. So, like I said, I'd like to go through the process and see where we are, and at least begin having that plan, and then we can start working our way through the county.
Well, that's the reason I was asking. I know one of the intersections we had talked about was joined his district, and that's why it was.
And that intersection is included in this plan. So so I guess we are kind of working it partially in District 3 with that one intersection.
Well, that's the reason I was asking. Any more discussion with it? Anybody have any questions? No. All right. Thank you, Mark. We have no budget revisions, no emergency purchases. Under board appointments, we have to appoint Penny Baker to the DHR board. Does anybody have any discussion with her? All righty. No discussion with her. We have no award of bids. Personnel action will be first on here will be to approve family medical leave of the absence of Hunter Gatlin beginning April the 22nd of 2021 and ending May 31st of 2021. Any discussion with that? All right. No discussion with that. Second on here will be to approve to hire Hayden Pierce as a corrections officer pending a drug screening. Any discussion with him? All right. Number 3 will be to approve to hire Adam Harper as equipment operator 1, position in District 2. Any discussion with him? All right. Then next on here under merit increases, we have several merit increases listed here. Does anybody have any discussion with anybody on the list? No discussion on the list. Turn it back over to our engineer, Mr. Massey.
All right, thank you. There's already been a comment come in about one of the subdivisions here, so I'll try to address that while we go through the list. But we have several subdivisions for your consideration today. Bailey's Acre, this is a minor. It'll be for preliminary and final. Creating 2 lots in District 2, west side of Jones Road between Nick Davis Road and Barksdale Road. And then we have Rose subdivision. This is a minor, preliminary and final, creating 2 lots in District 1. This is the west side of Mooresville Road. Then we have Charleston Phase 2. Phase 1 came through several months ago. They haven't completed the work, but they've already decided to move into beginning Phase 2. So this is a major for preliminary approval, creating 170 new lots in District 2. It's on the south side of Capshaw Road, across from Menifee Road, kind of where the TVA power line easement comes through on Capshaw. Then we have Mallard Landing subdivision. This is a major, so it's for preliminary approval, creating 56 lots in District 2. This is the southwest corner of Barksdale Road and East Limestone Road intersection. This is the one that Ms. Menifee discussed. I have, and then we've had other comments, and I've been working with some residents in the area that have some concerns about water. So the engineer has submitted a reasonable plan to manage that water and provide the proper drainage and slopes. And then we don't, Ms. Menifee, we don't look at soils because that's more for the environmental or septic tank, and this is going to be on sewer, so we don't require the soils on that. So I can discuss it with you. I can discuss it with you. This, with it being a work session, I can discuss it with you after the fact. So I do have the plans here, I think, for everybody to look at. And then we have Nature's Trail Phase 3. This is Phase 1 and 2. We're in Madison City. Phase 3 will be in unincorporated Limestone County, so this ties to the Phase 2, I guess it is. And this is a major for preliminary approval, creating 161 lots in District 3. This is on the north side of Powell Road, approximately 600 feet east of Seegers Road. Then you have Kennesaw Creek Phase 1. This is a major, but it's for final approval. They've completed all of the work except there's a few lots and some drainage left to be completed, but they have given us 150% bond for the cost of the work that's left to be completed, so that we can go ahead and begin the process of finaling this project out. This creates 54 new lots in District 2. This is the south side of Nick Davis, approximately 1,900 feet west of Jones Road. So do you guys have any questions, comments? There's a lot going on out there right now.
Anybody have any questions? And you're going to address Ms. Menifee there.
Yeah, I see a few residents here. We can discuss. Unless y'all want to have an open conversation, but we can discuss some of these. I've been working with some of them here so that we can resolve some issues. So I think we've kind of gotten there, but I just wanted to kind of bring that to your attention.
Okay. Well, we'll move on along, and we all have some time between the meetings there to speak with each other. All righty. No more questions for Mark with anybody? All right. Other business will be to transfer the items listed below from inventory from one place to the next, mostly. So I just got a list of them there. I'm not going to read through it, y'all. Just little small pieces of equipment from here to there. All right. And we have no scheduled public hearings at this time. Report of officers, Commissioner Samet.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to take an opportunity to ask about our Mack trucks. We used our paving machine the other day, the new paving machine, and I think it burned all the tail lights off of every truck we got, every one of them that was used on it. Is that going to be an issue for Mack to deal with, or is that something we're going to have to deal with?
We had requested when we purchased the trucks to have the lights relocated. Mm-hmm. I didn't get, y'all know the way they came in, we didn't get an opportunity to check and make sure the lights were located in a place that would be correct for those machines. So I guess if it damaged your truck, then that would be something we do need to get fixed.
Well, is that going to be Ox Body or is it going to be Mack?
I don't know where the lights get put on. That would be a question for the Mack dealer. But I requested through the Mack dealer that those be located in a different spot that we wouldn't damage them. Because we had a similar issue last year, and I think we moved ours. District 3, I think, wound up moving theirs after they went through 2 or 3 lights. Yeah. So we just relocated them to a different spot, and I asked them to locate them in that location again so that we wouldn't have to deal with it. But like I said, y'all know the way they came in, just kind of haphazardly. We didn't get a chance to check and make sure that the lights were mounted where I requested.
Okay. Well.
So to answer your question, we will probably need to do that, but we need to mount them in the right
Okay.
location. So if you want to get with the engineering crew, and if we catch a rainy day, we need to mount those correctly.
Okay, well, they all need to be, because, and that's my next thing is, I hope that we can, I guess it's a gentleman's agreement or whatever, the trucks, if the paving's going on, I don't know who's gonna make the call to, you gonna send both of your trucks each time?
We send ours, if the
Okay.
paver goes out, we
You
send
know
ours.
you got those two.
And so
All
then
right,
Terry
then the
Bob,
rest of us need to have an agreement, as to, we want to get this paving done as soon as we can, get it on, get more of it done for the year. And I think it won't be a problem with anybody. Are you going to request
the
trucks?
Yeah, depending on the size of
They're
the
in my
project.
district, I expect to send my 2 trucks and your 2 trucks and
Whatever else they
whatever.
need.
And then if they're in LaDon's district, I don't mind sending my 2 trucks if it's, because he's got the hardest
The
district.
haul for
really.
him is
the haul.
definitely a
But
time
anyway.
consuming. We did, with the location of the new asphalt plant, the new winning bidder for the asphalt plant with the location of that, it has helped us a lot. But
Yeah.
but we did find out that new paver, we can put out asphalt a whole lot faster than we can
Yeah.
seem to get it there. So there's that learning curve that we have for us.
Oh,
And Terry Bob he's working on trying to make sure that we have the trucks that we need. So he'll reach out to the foreman and make those requests. So
Okay, well, we don't want to send our trucks and let them sit. I guess what I'm kind of getting at.
but if needed,
But we want to
Yeah,
get
we
the
will.
job done and get through, but.
Daryl, also with those Mack trucks, we've had some issues. We all know that. Sometimes we don't get what we ask for, and sometimes we don't get them on time and all that. So I went and met with Kenworth at Truck Works, and I'll be giving y'all the information. I went and met with their people. I contacted J.M. Woods, found out how much their trucks brought, and all that stuff. Right now, the Kenworths are averaging about 7 to 8% more on resale, and they're cheaper than the Mack trucks. So this next order, I'll be getting with y'all and letting you look at them. That's also talking to him and about the low boys. We're looking, instead of getting 1 low boy, getting 2 low boys, because we need another trailer, as we all discussed that, so we can haul it better. So I'll be getting with y'all on that, and we need to be ordering these probably within the next 2 to 3 weeks, because every truck company is now saying we need to order them before June the 1st if we plan on having them by February 1st.
Yeah, it's
And,
going to be an issue.
Yeah.
And that's big. I want to have them, and somewhere in between, be able to have them overlap about a month if we can, because that gives us an opportunity to get our trucks clean better than they were before. That way, when we go down there, we don't have to pay to have our tires replaced, or we don't have to pay to have them washed and all that. So it saves money on the backside if we take care of it on the front. So I'll be getting all y'all that information in the next.
That's fine. I just
And
wanted
their-
to go ahead and mention
their
it.
tail lights are where they're supposed to be.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah,
You looked at 'em, huh?
yeah, I've already looked at them. Their tail lights are back where they're supposed to be.
Okay.
You'll have to crawl up under there with a sledgehammer to knock them off. So I mean, that's
They won't get burned off.
they won't get burned off.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, but
All
no, just being early in the season, I wanted to go ahead and mention
yeah.
it. Just bring it up, get it out in the air,
I
We know
agree.
where we're at. So
Yeah.
thank you, Mr. Chairman.
All right, thank you, Commissioner Savage. Commissioner Barksdale?
Yes. Mr. Chairman, I continue to be surprised at the skill of some of our county employees. One day last week, there was a malfunctioning red light at Highway 72, and Hunter Dawes was there in just a few minutes and took care of the problem. And I didn't realize that was a skill that some of our employees had, so I appreciate his efforts toward that end.
Thank you, sir. I'm Commissioner Black.
Nothing.
Thank you, sir. Commissioner Townsend?
I don't have anything.
Thank you. I just want to thank everybody for coming, and we'll recess until 10 a.m. and give Mark time to talk with constituents out in the county. Thank y'all.